Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. All right, let's get into let's just not do all this little side talk today. Let's just get right into the meditations. Are you ready? Let me just tell you though, okay, besides all the side talk, it is so cold in Indianapolis today, and it is like 14 degrees outside, so I've been inside, hanging out in here, going through stuff, and yeah, not going through stuff like that, like, oh, I'm going through stuff, but like going through boxes and drawers and that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's get into today's meditations. Which meditation should I read first? Let's try with the Daily Book of Positive Quotations. It is January 6th. I am in such a great mood today. Let's see what it says to us. January 6th. I may read it and decide, I may look at the title and say, this is not the one for us today. Just one thing. I have no idea what this is going to be about, so let's get into it. Are you ready? All right. January 6th. Just one thing. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. Henry Ford. The pile of papers on the desk keeps getting bigger. The dishes in the sink seem to be multiplying on their own. We've got too much to do at work and at home, and it all seems overwhelming. We toss and turn through the night, wondering how we'll ever get it all done. But if every time we walk into a room, we take care of just one piece of paper or wash just one dish, gradually that pile of papers will get smaller, and the dishes will be cleaned, and we'll be able to sleep again. Instead of panicking over how much I have to do, I'm going to pick one thing and do it. When it's done, I'll pick something else and do that. I love this meditation. So I'm kind of thinking about several different things in my head as I'm talking. I'm pulled over the ottoman so I could put my glasses on it. I'm thinking about several different things while I'm reading this. But do you ever just... and I always just go with my gut of, like what I'm thinking in my head, like right after I've read a meditation. But do you ever feel like, I just can't get everything done? I have so much to do today. How am I possibly going to get it all done? Well, the reality is you're not. And I think acceptance of that is first and foremost, to have this unbelievable list that we can always add more things to, right? It's like, I want to get this done, and I want to get this done, and I have to go here, and I have to go there, and I have to pick up the kids and make dinner and do homework with the kids and all this kind of stuff. And then it's like you put on your list, take a bath. It's because you want to relax a little bit or something. And then it's like, well, and I also want to clean out this or, organize that. You're not going to get everything done in a day. You're just not. Period. End of story. So to just accept that and say, I'm not going to get everything done today, I think really helps us kind of get a little bit more centered and balanced in realizing this overwhelming need to check everything off of my list is never going to happen. Do I think that there are some people out there that literally check off everything on their list? Sure. On a regular basis? Probably. I can't imagine living my life that way, I do make a list every single day. I used to write it down. Now I type it up and print it off. And I wait till the morning of, and then I print it off. And I love crossing things off on my list. It makes me feel very accomplished, when I'm like, okay, cross this off my list. I can cross that off my list. And I feel very accomplished. There was a day recently where... I don't know, let's just say if there's 10 things on my list, I got to cross off like 7 or 8 of them. And I was like, oh my God, like I got a lot done today. But that's not typical of most days. Most days, I'm really struggling to just get 3 or 4 of those things done. And that's okay, that's totally okay. It's about not being so hard on myself. Now, what are the things that I have to do on a daily basis? Because those are the priorities that I need to put at the top. And for me, I like put little asterisks next to that, and like these are the things that have to get done today, on and on and on. So I love this meditation. One of my older sponsors used to always say to me, how do you eat an elephant? If I've read this meditation before, I've shared this story. But he used to say to me, when I would come to him and I'd be like, there's no possible way that I can get all this done, And he would say, well, how do you eat an elephant? And I would say, I don't know. And he'd say, one bite at a time, And he would also say to me things like, could you, like, cut down a tree in the woods and then, like, carry it by yourself? And I'd say, no. And he'd say, but if you had, like, a chainsaw and you cut it into smaller pieces, you could carry each piece at a time, right? I was like, absolutely. And like I was talking yesterday about metaphors and analogies and proverbs and things like that, that's one of those memories for me. whenever I start feeling overwhelmed, the first thought that goes through my head is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You know, you can't just eat it whole. I mean, this is an analogy. We don't want to eat elephants, okay? We don't, I mean, I don't know, but I don't eat elephants, and I don't think that's very nice. So, but anyway, but you know, it's just an analogy of like this, you know, like how do you overcome this huge task? And it's just one small thing at a time that you do, you know? And it's the same thing with the tree in the woods. How do you carry it? Well, one, you know, chunk of it at a time, and one, you know, big piece of wood at a time until you get it all over there. And that's kind of the attitude that we have to take with bigger, you know, projects in our lives. It's like, you know, have you ever wanted something immediately, but like the work to get there takes longer time? That is probably where I really learned in life that the old adage, you know, that it's a journey, not the destination. And it truly is, you know, when at the end you realize this thing I wanted, or this thing that I wanted to accomplish, or this project that I couldn't wait to complete, or whatever, like, really, it didn't have that much satisfaction when I was done with it to begin with. But, you know, at the end, here I am. You know, I've dreamed this dream, and I've accomplished this dream, and yeah, it's great, and I feel good, but the feeling isn't as great as the work it took me to get there. You know, when I look back and I go, wow, like, I really accomplished something by doing all of this work to get there, you know, and I'm very proud of myself, and with the help of other people and the people supporting me and all of that, you know, it's like I met some new people along the way, and I realized that I can handle more than I, you know, thought I could. And so it really truly is the journey, you know, whether you say the journey is a destination, or, you know, whatever you say, it's the journey, not the destination, however you say it. It's like, you know, I know it's a trite saying, but I love it because it really is, you know, and life itself is this magnificent journey, you know. So really, really good meditation. All right. Now, I just happened to pick this one up first, so let's see what it says for January 6th. This is The Journey to the Heart by Melody Beatty. Embrace the unknown. And since I don't know what this is about, I'm embracing the unknown. January 6th, embrace the unknown. How boring it would be if we knew everything that was going to happen. Yet we are always trying to peek around the corner and see ahead. If we knew everything that was going to happen, we wouldn't need to experience it. There would be nothing to learn, explore, or gain. We'd stay in our heads instead of our hearts. So often, it's the surprises of the moments and hours, the unexpected twists and turns that give meaning to our journey and make our lessons come alive. You are connected to truth. You're connected to divine guidance. You can trust and embrace your guidance from God. That means you will get all the visions, all the guidance, all the advanced knowledge and wisdom you need. Not too much to spoil the surprise, not too much to neutralize the lesson. Just enough guidance to let you know you are never alone. Wow, I really like this meditation as well. And, you know, for me, what it reminds me of is the saying that you're exactly where you need to be in your life, you know. And anytime that I've been going through something and I've been struggling and I'm like, God, I want to know what's next, or, you know, when's this going to happen? Or, you know, and people say things to me like, we're on God's time, not your time. You know what I mean? Check your clock, check your watch, you know. But then people will say to me, no, you're exactly where you need to be. And that has been something that I have, like, kind of like a little mantra that I've said to myself through the years. You know, it's like when I'm struggling with something, I'm going through something, I'll sit there and I'll go, maybe you're exactly where you need to be right now. Maybe you don't need to know what's going to happen next. You know, maybe you don't need to have any clues or anything about that. Maybe you just need to allow the magic and the surprise of the magic of the universe to happen and unfold the way that it's supposed to, you know? And I think that's also, especially for addicts and alcoholics who have such a need to control things, I think that's a trick for us to let go of that, right? And just float against, you know, or float with the river of life, and, you know, not try to go against the grain, and just really try to enjoy what life is about. That has been such a hard thing for me, you know, to give up that control and just be like, okay, life's going to happen whether I want it to or not. Like, I don't have any deciding factor over that, so I need to just kind of let it go, you know? Anyway, these were fantastic meditations today. I really liked these. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.